Okay, so we are going to pick back up talking about animal body plans. So the animal body plan includes several characteristics that refer to the general structure of an animal. It can refer to the arrangement of its organ systems and the integrated functioning of all of its parts. We're going to talk about a few different features of body plans, including symmetry, the presence and type of body cavity, segmentation, and the presence and function of appendages. So let's start talking about symmetry first. So having symmetry means that you can be divided on at least one plane into two mirror images. So take this shovel, for example, right? If we go and take a longitudinal plane through the midline, we create two mirror images from this shovel. So some organisms are what we would call asymmetrical, or they have asymmetry. That means, so no symmetry or asymmetry would be another way to say this. This would be something like this sponge here. There is no plane that we can divide this down to get mirror images. Many animals have what we refer to as radial symmetry. Now, a flower pot's a great example of something with radial symmetry. There is a top and a bottom. Okay, the top and the bottom are not exactly the same, but there are multiple planes you could be dividing this down and get mirror images. And the same for this animal, right? We do have, sorry about that, we do have a distinct top and bottom side, right? That's not exactly the same, but still, as long as we pass through the center, there are multiple planes that we can divide this organism down and still have mirror images. An organism with bilateral symmetry, like this beetle, there is only one plane that we can divide this organism down to get mirror images, and that is a midline right through the center that will divide the left and the right sides into mirror images of each other. Now, when we're talking about something with bilateral symmetry, there are a few other terms that come up because sort of there are a lot of differences in the organism depending on the angle you're looking at. So a bilaterally symmetrical animal, when we refer to its dorsal side, we are referring to sort of the top, or what you might call the back. When we're referring to the ventral side, that's the organism's belly. We might also sometimes call this the bottom. And animals with radial symmetry did have a top and bottom side, what a lot of times we call the oral or the aboral side, and we'll get into that when we actually talk about some of those organisms. But one thing that radially symmetrical animals don't have that bilaterally symmetrical animals do is a distinct anterior and posterior end. So the anterior end, what we might call the front of the animal, is what we call the anterior side. And the posterior, we might call that the tail end, we might call it the back of the animal. So one of the things we see very strongly correlated with bilateral symmetry is something called cephalization. Cephalization is the concentration of brain and sensory organs towards the anterior end of the animal. So essentially, we have a brain and we have sensory organs like eyes up in the area we think of as the head. And in different groups of animals, this is more well developed than others, but this is a very strong evolutionary trend we see going along with bilateral symmetry, is this cephalization. So another feature I want to talk about is body cavities. A body cavity is also known as a coelom. which which is a fluid-filled area between the digestive tract and outer body wall. This is something we find in triploblastic animals, animals that have that third tissue layer, that mesoderm. Now, there are a few different variations on body cavity. There's what we call acoeliomate, pseudoceliomate, and celiomate. Now, in an acoeliomate, basically we don't have a coelom. So here's the animal's outer body wall. Here's its digestive tract or its gut. It does have mesoderm. It is a triploblastic animal, but here instead of having a fluid-filled cavity, what we have, it's filled. It's completely filled with cells. This is a tissue that we call mesenchyme, or sometimes we refer to this as just a type of mesodermal tissue, but mesenchyme is the more specific name for it. So these would be things like flatworms, which is a group we'll talk about a lot in later chapters, have what we call acoeliomate bodies. So then we have pseudoceliomate and celiomate. So if you are celiomate, we would say you have like a true, which is kind of a funny way to say it, because it's not like a pseudoceliomate animal doesn't have a body cavity. It does. The derivation of that body cavity is a little different in each of these organisms. So in the celiomate animal, something like an earthworm, the body cavity is formed from a mesodermal tissue layer that lines the ectoderm and the endoderm. So see this light pink tissue here? And it is lining both the mesoderm and, look at that, it's also lining the endoderm. And additionally, it actually connects through this coelom and it suspends the internal organs. So the internal organs will be suspended from it. That is the situation with what we call a true coelom or true body cavity. Now, in a pseudoceliomate organism, it still has a body cavity, okay? So don't think it doesn't just because it's not a quote-unquote true coelom. It's just a little bit different, a little bit simpler, maybe. So here, in a pseudoceliomate organism, the body cavity is formed from mesoderm and endoderm that is disconnected from the digestive cavity. So in this case, we have our internal our internal organs. So here's our gut, our internal organism. So this is the endoderm lining the gut here, and then we have our mesodermal layer, and the cavity is just the space in between. Okay, so we don't have this kind of additional mesodermal layer lining our gut that is making up part of the body cavity in this case.